Screencastable. Okay, multiplying monomials. Monomials are single terms. We're going to multiply 3x and 2x. Before we do it with polynomials or with algebra tiles, we're going to do it algebraically. So if I just said, take 3x and multiply it by 2x. This is a review of our exponent laws we did last chapter. So what do I multiply here? 3 and 2. What's 3 and 2? 6. Then what's x times x? It's x squared, right? Because when you're multiplying, you add the exponents, right? And the exponent laws are still on the board over there. So you get 6x squared. Does everybody sort of remember doing that last chapter? Yes. Okay. So we know our answer needs to be 6x squared. Now let's do it with algebra tiles. If we come over here to algebra tiles, 3x is this stuff up here. Those are 3 x's, okay, because they're positive. The 2 x's are down on the side here. If you multiply, I'm putting multiply in quotes, a rectangle and a rectangle. I put those together. Which shape do you think you're going to get? Well, this side and this side are just matching up like that, right? You're essentially creating a square, okay? Because what it is really the area, right? It's this length, which is this length, times this length, gives you the area of a square, okay? So for non-mathematical terms, when a rectangle and a rectangle combine, you get a square. So then this rectangle combines with this rectangle, and you get a square. And this rectangle and that rectangle gives you a square. And then you have to take this one here and do it with this one down here. Everything gets sort of multiplied together, and I'm putting multiplied in quotes. How many squares do I have? Are they positive or negative? It's 6x squared. Okay? So when you are taking rectangles and multiplying together, you're generating the area of a square, x squared. Okay? What if you have one positive and one negative? So 3x is the next page. 3x times negative 2x. If we look at it like we did in the last chapter, what's that answer going to be? Negative 6x squared, right? Okay. 3x are these 3 rectangles. Negative 2x, what do you have to do to the rectangles down here? They need to be shaded. So now, when you multiply the shapes, just think of the shapes. A rectangle and a rectangle gives you what? A square. But because one is positive and one is negative, what type of square is that? It's a negative square. So it needs to be shaded. If one of these is shaded, then the answer has to be shaded. So that means for every single one of these, they are shaded. And that gives us negative 6x squared. There's 6 of them. They're all negative, so it's negative 6x squared. All right. Try the next one, please. This one. Do it with algebra tiles and try it algebraically, please. It's 4x, which is the top one here, and 2x, which is here.
questions at the bottom?
We're going to do, yeah, if you want to. There's the answer. Is that what people got?
Oh, I'm actually legit.
All right. So let's try these at the bottom. 5x times 4y. What is my answer going to be? Ooh, we're doing this one. 5 and 4 is 20. Can you combine the x and the y? They're different variables, right? So you just write x, y. You can't really do anything with them. What about e? Negative 6 times 5? Negative 30. What's m times m? M squared. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do that one with algebra tiles because you'd have 30 algebra tiles drawn out. Algebra tiles have limited value. They're valuable in, you'll see in dividing and things like that, in sort of getting a visual, but once you get into bigger numbers and more complex equations, they kind of lose their value. What is a half times 3? How do you multiply numbers or fractions? Yes, so you put a 1 under the 3, and then if you're multiplying, you just do top times top, bottom times bottom. So I get 3 over 2, x to the power of 2. Yeah. Okay, hold off on this one. Hold off on that one. The next one. They've already done those for you. I don't like that they've already done those for you. Let's do the ones down here. 2 times 5x. $10x. Negative 3 times 2x. Negative 6x. 8y times 2x. 16xy would be the standard, but if you've said yx, that's fine. It usually goes in alphabetical order, but if you wrote yx, you would get that. Negative 2x times negative 9y. Just do the numbers. What's negative 2 times negative 9? 18. And the x and the y just kind of hang out. What's wrong with the next one? Why is the answer not negative 3.81 x squared? Because these are both negatives, right? It should be 3.8 x squared. But it still has a negative there. So you're right in that you could go, well, that's not attached. So 1.9 times that is negative 3.8, right? But the negative is still there, so you have to multiply it at the end. So then it goes away. And the last one, negative 6. And then the x is combined to give you x squared, and you get the y. Okay. The only question that I need you to do is on page 255, number 9, please. Whoops.